My appetite when I was younger was absolutely non-existent. So if I was given like a big meal, like a big dinner for example, there was no chance that I would be eating it. Compared to now, where I devour literally every meal that I have. There's not a single, I can't remember the last time where I didn't finish a meal. Think about that. And I did that by implementing this 3-step formula that I am going to show you today. So I'm not going to give you like high protein calorie wraps that you can have, you know, like you can eat high protein, high calories or whatever. No, I'm going to tell you the absolute truth, the raw truth of how to eat bigger meals regardless of what's in them. How big they are, how dense they are, how like difficult to get down. I'm not going to tell you the alternatives to these meals. I'm going to tell you how to eat these meals regardless. I'm going to increase your appetite tenfold. So, step 1. Eat more, but eat it less often. So rather than eating round the clock like most people do, this is what I've been doing for ages, where you just like eating every hour or so, eating every 2 hours. That's what you're told in bodybuilding, right? On like YouTube, for example, loads of people say, oh yeah, eat like this at 10 o'clock, then eat this at 10:30, and then, you know, you're just eating all the time. Take us back to our ancestral times, right? When we were like hunter-gatherers, for example. We would go and like kill a boar or something, for example, and then we would eat it at the end of the day. We bring back like the big boar, or the big mammoth or whatever we've killed, right? We bring it back to the herd, to the cave, to our tribe, whatever, and we'd feast, right? And normally we'd probably only have 1 meal a day. Think about that. We'd only have 1 meal a day. Sometimes we wouldn't even have a meal in a day, right? So you're supposed to get all your calories, all your macros, all your micros, everything, all your protein, fat, whatever it may be. You have to get everything in about 1 meal, 1 to 2 meals, right? So digesting is one of the biggest processes that happens in our body. It's very taxing. So if you're constantly digesting, that ain't good. Trust me, when you do like fasting, I'm not going to tell you to fast or anything, but when you fast for the first time, you realize, oh damn, my brain is sharp. Like I have this where when I eat first thing in the morning, I'm a bit dazed and a bit like lethargic and stuff. But when I fast, which is what I normally do, for example, I wake up at 5:30. I wake up at 5:30 and don't eat until about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And that's because I eat very calorie dense meals like this, which is just meat and eggs, right? That's the basis of my diet. And when I eat them, it completely satiates me because I'm eating such a big meal, right? This is like thousands of calories in one meal, for example, right? So I'm eating a big meal in one sitting and then I don't have to eat. I don't even need to, I don't want to eat, right? Because I'm perfectly full for hours, right? Then I could have it at 1 p.m, then I could have dinner at 6:30, whatever my mum makes, like, you know, potato masala, whatever it may be. Right, so I'm not eating for like 5 hours in these intervals, and I actually want to get down to 2 meals a day, and maybe in the future go to 1 meal a day just to experiment, see what it's like, right? But we shouldn't be eating around the clock, because if you're eating like 100 calories there, 200 calories there, 300 calories, you know, it's just not good for you. It's not good for your digestive system. You shouldn't be digesting all the time. That's not how we're built. That's not how we're made, right? So please just try and condense all of your calories, all of your meals into just 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you're one of those guys who actually takes action in their life rather than just like watching this video and then clicking off, then I have a school community where I literally teach you how to make these meals. In this course right here, I will literally give you a video walkthrough of how to make the meals that I eat. So the ones that keep me satiated throughout the day, I literally show you how to make. So, you know, you just turn the stove on by this degrees or whatever, and then you put the steak on here, and then you move the eggs here and crack them then, and that kind of thing. So excruciating detail, so you know exactly how to make the meals that I eat. And say, for example, you want to implement something else. Maybe you eat like porridge or, you know, granola or something. Don't eat granola, but that type of thing, you know, like other things in your diet. Then you can DM me on here and literally just message me saying, hey, I don't know how to condense my meals into 3 meals a day. Can you just help me out with it? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. And I'll condense them down just so you have 3 specific meals, or maybe 2 if you want to try that. 2 specific meals for the day, so you can start implementing the steps straight away. So keeping on the topic of like hunter-gatherers or whatever, we need to eat like one. We need to eat like a warrior, like a hunter, right? Because nowadays we're just eating all this like soft little chicken, like, you know, turkey bites or whatever, and it's got, you know, like the slices of ham that you get like perfectly lean. Like we've been told that lean meat is better than fatty meat. Fatty meat, you need the fat in the meat for your brain. Your brain won't develop if you don't get the right animal fats, right? Like this is very important to get high fat meat and also it just tastes better anyway. I find that when I eat these little soft foods, because I've almost been like programmed over time just to eat these soft foods, when it comes to eating big meals, maybe I've got like some chicken on my plate or something that I actually have to put some effort into, I just go really slow. You might have had this before, where you're sort of like, you know, cutting it with your knife and fork, dead slow, almost lethargic, and like, you know, you just can't be bothered to eat it. We need to eat like a caveman. When they got their food at the end of the day, do you think they were just like all lethargic, you know, oh, I can't really be bothered, you know, just I'll eat, yeah. No, they were demolishing that food, right? They get it and they just rip it off the bone and they'd like chew it dead hard so their jaw was like cramping up, right? We need to eat like this because, sorry, this quality is dead low. I couldn't find a better picture. But the modern diet is literally devolving the way our skull is formed. Like, look at this. This is, if you've ever seen like a caveman on like a, you know, like a, I don't know, like an image, you probably haven't seen a caveman in real life, but you know what I mean? They had like really chiseled jawlines, right? They had really chiseled jawlines and they had really defined cheekbones. And that's because not only they were getting the correct nutrients from all the meat that they were eating, but also they had to train their jaw. Your jaw is a muscle too, right? Your jaw is a muscle, the same as your bicep. So you've got to train it. And the way to train it is by chewing very hard. So when you grind up these different foods and you're like properly chewing and putting emphasis into it, I find that I actually get jaw cramps, as in I can feel it in my jaw, that it's almost, I'm like training to failure with my jaw, right? Whereas when you're eating all these soft foods, your jaw, your muscles never have any sort of stimulation. It's like you just never train your jaw, like you never train your bicep. And that's why a lot of people have these like deformed skulls and they're just very, the face is very soft and flat, the same way their food is, right? So we must chew hard and we must chew fast. That is your actionable step right now. Whatever food it may be, even if it's like a carrot or something, right? Even if it's something soft, whatever your next meal is, I want you to chew it very hard and I want you to chew it very fast. Have intention when you are chewing, right? Really try and like get it down as fast as possible. You know, you get like a good example is a chicken leg. Get a chicken leg and get it off the bone. Don't use like a knife and fork or anything. Eat it off the bone. And get all like the gristly bits. I want you to eat the gristly bits. When was the last time you ate like the little like crunchy bit off a chicken, right? You just haven't. Try it and you'll be like, oh damn, yeah, my jaw is getting like proper stimulated here. And when you eat these difficult foods, these foods that are hard to like eat, right? Because they're just not soft like all the modern day foods are, then you find that you can actually down a meal in like 5 seconds and it's dead easy. When you're eating very slowly, then your body has time to say, yeah, we're full, just stop eating now. And because you're eating it very slowly, your mind almost says, yeah, we're full here, just chill out a bit. Our body's chilling out, our jaws are chilling out, you're pretty much done here. Whereas if you're like down and you're going really fast, you know, like other people in like next to you just like looking, thinking, why are you eating it so fast? Chill out. Just eat it dead fast. Even if you just do it for a few times, you don't have to do it forever. But just try and get your meal down as fast as possible. And then you'll realize at the end, like, oh, I'm not even full yet and I've just finished my entire meal. Now, step 3, this probably sounds a bit strange, like drink water. What do you mean? Well, our stomach is like this balloon. So, when you drink water, your stomach actually expands. Think about that. If you're drinking water whilst you're eating, your stomach is in real time expanding. So that means that, like, if you've ever watched those, like, you know, Beard Meets Food, I don't know if he does it, but like the eating compositions, right? Eating competitions. What they would do is they'd be eating like, you know, like the 50 hot dogs or whatever, and in between each bite where they're like chewing it, they'd like drink a bottle of water, for example, drink some water, down that, and then go back to eating. And it's because it expands your stomach. Your stomach gets bigger and allows for more things to go inside of it, right? So that's like that is like one of the little life hacks that you can use. When you are eating, if you feel like you're getting full, then drink water at the same time as you're eating. So eat like a bite, then drink, then eat, then drink, and it'll expand your stomach and make way for more food. Also, a little extra bonus tip: the more you eat over the time, the bigger your stomach will get, right? So that's why fat people have like really big stomachs, you know, and they have to get, I can't remember what it's called, but basically like the stomach gets chopped in half or something, so they can't eat as much, right? And that's because when you eat more food, your stomach over time, just like our muscles getting bigger, will be like, right, okay, I need to get bigger so that we can store all this food that we're eating. So if you try and eat more food over time, like at the start, it might be very difficult for you, like it was for me. eating loads of food, I had never really done that before when I first started out. So my stomach was very small, meaning that I couldn't eat a big meal. But over time, if you just keep going, try and literally progressive overload with your stomach, right? Just like add a little bit more every single day, try and cram in a little bit more food. And now my stomach's just, I reckon my stomach's massive because I can eat a ton and I just never really feel, I feel full, but I don't feel like, oh God, you know, I can't eat anymore, right? Because when you actually eat good foods, by the way, it's a little bit different. When you eat real foods, then you feel full, but you don't feel bloated. You aren't actually supposed to feel bloating. That's not a real thing. It's just when you eat too many carbs, bad carbs. So that is the 3-step formula that I used to basically expand my appetite with ease. And once again, if you want my personal help and if you want advanced education, then go to that school community link below. It is the best investment in your fitness you will ever make. You will not need anything else. You will never need another YouTube video. You won't need my videos. You won't need anything. Every single thing you need is here in these courses right here. So if you finally want to start gaining size and gaining respect from other people because you're finally actually taking action rather than just sitting back on your phone scrolling, then click that first link in the description. I will see you over there. Good night.